Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the next topic of our chapter federalism. Dear student, in the previous topic we had discussed about the features of federalism. Then after we had discussed the roots of federalism. Okay, in which we had discussed about the coming together federalism and the holding together federalism. Now today's topic is that what make India a federal country. This is a matter of discussion that what make India a federal country. So dear student, if you go through our constitution, then you will find out that India is not a federal country. Means the word federalism is not given in the constitution. Okay, constitution declared India as a union of state. That means when India got independent, many princely states they come together and form country like India. Okay, so India is not a federal country, but if we talk about that the nature of federalism is practiced in India. India is not a federal country. India is a union of state. But when we see our constitution, then we are following the nature of federalism. That the nature of federalism that we have more than two tier of government. The first feature is that we have two or more layer of government or the level of government. The second is that different type of government have different jurisdiction. So instead of that there are different types and there are different features, and all these features are practiced in our country. So our country is a union of state, but naturally it is a federal country. Okay, in our constitution the jurisdictions are especially mentioned, as well as different types of legislative powers are also distributed among different levels. This distribution of distribution of legislative power among different in different lists make India a federal country. Student, if you if you study that, then you will find out the country like Belgium and Sri Lanka. These countries were very small. But what happened to the country like India, which is a very big country? How the federalism is going to practice in the country like India? That is a very big challenge before us. So India is a federal country, and what makes India a federal country? So the answer is that distribution of legislative power make India a federal country. Okay. Then after, see the next topic. Next is the constitution clearly provided threefold distribution of legislative power, and these threefold distribution of legislative power is clearly mentioned as आपका national union list, then state list, as well as a concurrent list. What is union list, what is concurrent list, and what is आपका state list? Let's we are discussing make a discussion on this. Union list, there are 97 items in the union list, and the thing is that in the item of union list, only the decisions will be made by the union government or the central. Means central government can make decision on the matter of any subject which are there in the union list. Different types of matters came in the union list, like आपका banking, currency, foreign affair, है ना? All these matters, on these matters there are different lists given in front of you. You can go through the detail and find out that there are 97 items, and on that 97 items only union government can make a decision. Means the decision should not be made by any other government. The next is आपका state list. 66 in state list there are 66 items, and in that item only state government can make decision. Instead of state government, no other government can make decision. Means no other government can make decision on that. This distribution of legislative power make union government and state government independent. There are different types of items came in the state like agriculture, like आपका forest, police, security, all these things, liquor, trade, commerce, all these things are came in the category of आपका state list, and in all that state list the items on that item the only state government can make decision. The next is concurrent list. Concurrent list are those lists where in which the decisions will be made by the state government and the central government unitedly. ठीक है, both central government and state government make decision unitedly, like education, adoption. On these issues, state and central government make decision. If any type of disputes happen, then the ideas of central government can be followed. This concurrent list make union government more and more strong. That's why in federal government, especially in holding together, union government is more powerful. What is the reason behind that? Because आपका in concurrent list only state government, only union government have power that when any type of difference happen, any type of conflicts happen, in that case only the matter, only the idea and only the voice of union government can be listened. Okay, so we had discussed about the union list. There are 97 matter. State list there are 66 matter. Concurrent list there are 47 items. And on these items the power is distributed. What happened to the other thing when the decisions are not being taken on? There are certain issues, there are certain matters which are not being came in the concurrent list, state list or in the union list. These are known as the residuary subject. Means the item of the residuary subject are not put in any category, like cybercrime. If these type of issues came, then only the state union government have power to take decision. Okay, so residuary subjects are those subjects which are not coming in state list or in the concurrent list or in the union list, and in that if the problem came, if the problem emerged, then on that issue the power of union government can be listened, or the union government have power to make the laws on the your residuary subject. This residuary subject as well as the concurrent list make central government or the union government more and more strong. Okay, so this is the list system. Some state they get a special power, like Arunachal Pradesh. Previously, Jammu and Kashmir get the special power, but after the eradication of Article 371, and the power of state, the power of Jammu and Kashmir was been reduced. But instead of that, now even now there are certain states in the country, like Arunachal Pradesh, like Nagaland. These states get special power. Means we had discussed that in federalism, in holding together federalism, power is not equally distributed, and these things are happening in our country. Some states get special power, and some UTs, union territories, they can't get any type of power. They are being controlled by the central government. The UTs like Jammu Kashmir, the UTs like Daman-Diu, Dadar Nagar Haveli, Chandigarh, Delhi. All these things are given in the map, and by this we can say that though some powers are some states have special power and some states they don't have any power. It is because of the unequal distribution of power in the federal countries, especially in the holding together federalism like India. Okay, so these are the topics which we had discussed today. On the basis of this topic, there are certain questions which you have to do. The question like first question is there: which level of government in India legislate on the residuary subject? The answer is very clear: only the union government. Then after, which two Indian states have given special status? You can give the example कि किस स्टेट के पास ज़्यादा पावर है, स्पेशल पावर किसको मिली है, you can easily give the answer. Then after, the third question is that what is the basic feature of Indian federal system? You can also get, we have studied about the list system. And the last question and the fourth question is that if agriculture came in the in state list, then why it is also put in the union list and there is a agriculture minister? Okay, so these are the questions which you have to do, which are related with the topic which we studied today. In the next lecture, we will come with other topics of the chapter federalism. Okay, thank you.